2020 was a year for the record books in the world of weather, including the number of billion-dollar disasters we had. So we're talking today with Adam Smith, an applied climatologist at the NCEI, the National Centers for Environmental Information. So Adam, the verdict is in. 2020 actually shattered the record for the number of billion-dollar disasters in a calendar year. So give us the numbers. How many events were there? How much of the country was affected?
I thank you for having me. Yes, 2020 had 22 separate billion-dollar weather and climate disasters, which shatters the previous annual record of 16, which was set in 2011 and 2017. So for the 22 events, we had a record number 7 tropical cyclone events, we had 13 severe storm events, and 1 major drought and 1 wildfire event. And really, most of the country was impacted by some of these extremes.
Oh, okay, and now you just mentioned those categories. Among those, the flooding, the severe weather, drought, hurricanes, which one of those was the biggest contributor, I guess, or caused the most damage?
Yes, both hurricanes and severe storm events were close to $40 billion each. So those were the drivers in the damage this year. What really struck me is we had 7 separate billion-dollar tropical cyclones. The previous record was 4, which we had in 2004 and 2005. Also, the derecho in August 10th across the central states was one of the costliest severe storm events in U.S. history.
Is it typical in a year to see this kind of fluctuation between different types of events that cause this much damage?
Typically, of the 7 types of billion-dollar disasters, we usually see 3 or 4 types per year. But it's just the sheer number of events this year that really catches your eye.
Right. So obviously with 22 separate events, the costs can really add up. Can you give us a sense or maybe a general sum of how much damage these events caused in total?
Yes. So all 22 of these events in total were $95 billion, which is the 4th highest inflation-adjusted cost year on record dating back to 1980. The only years ahead of this would be 2017, 2012 and 2005, which all had major hurricanes hitting major metropolitan areas. So that's the only thing we didn't have in 2020 was a hurricane hitting a major metropolitan area. For example, I think Florida was lucky this year with the active hurricane season not to have a major hurricane come across the state and hit a Miami or a Tampa.
Thank you so much for your time, Adam Smith, there at the NCEI. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to talk to us. For more information on these events and all other current weather-related information, you can head to our website anytime, weathernationtv.com.